Well, here we go. Things are heating up once again. The question is, who's going to win the battle for Grant Horvat? The PGA Tour or LIV Golf? Here is what's happening. According to all the sources out there, Twitter and everything, Grant Horvat will be playing in let's be clear. He's not really playing in a PGA Tour event. And I'll explain. He is playing in the Korn Ferry Tour, which is part of the PGA Tour. So that's on the up and up. He's not competing against professionals in a tour event. That is not what this is. Take a look. This is the BMW Charity Pro-Am on the Korn Ferry Tour. This is the equivalent of the AT&T Celebrity Pro-Am, the Pebble Beach one, where a ton of celebrities play alongside the professionals. And there are two events going on. There's the pro event where the pros are competing as they would week to week in a stroke play event for the win. And then the celebrities or amateurs, they have a separate event that they're a part of. Depending on the format for the BMW, it will either be celebrity paired with a pro, and their two scores combined, handicap, all of that is going against the other teams. Or it's just celebrities competing in their own separate event. They do different formats, Stableford, where it's a point system, whatever. So Grant Horvat is not, I repeat, he is not playing competing against the best players in the world. He's not doing that. Okay. He has, and here's how we know. Look, you just go to the BMW Pro-Am, you go to the field. Who's playing? Okay. You just scroll down. Look at the field of who's playing. These are the pros. These are the people competing against each other. Go A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, Horvat. Do we see any Horvat here? No, we don't. He is not on the official list of players in the field. He is playing alongside. Okay, that's clear. He was invited to the PGA Tour Barracuda Championship in Lake Tahoe later this year, where he would receive a sponsor's exemption and compete against the pros. Okay, they're very different things. Very, very different. So he could say, hey, I'm playing in a PGA Tour event. Okay, I mean, sort of, but not really. The more interesting piece of this whole puzzle is this, and that's the LIV Duels in Virginia. So let's look at what LIV Golf has said. This event takes place starting June 6th through the 8th. The BMW is the 5th through the 8th. So there's some overlap here. Typically, if you're playing in one of these celebrity pro-ams, you're going to be there early. So it's on Thursday through Sunday. You're going to want to practice round. So you're going to want to be there Wednesday, which is tomorrow. So he's, according to the LIV Golf release, it says the people playing in this are creators including Grant Horvat, the Bryan brothers, Nick Fat-Perez, Rick Shields, and Luke Kwan. Those are 6 players. Here's what's interesting is the fact that on the LIV Golf website, if you just go to LIV Golf or anywhere you go, they are not necessarily promoting the duels so much, but they do have a Fat-Perez meet and greet. So he will be around. That will be on Friday. So the question is this. 1, is Grant double dipping in the same week? We know he's played in Creator Classics. He's won a Creator Classic. He's also been in the duels. So he does both. And he's basically one of the only guys that could do that. I mean, Fat-Perez has done it, but not to the level of this. This is interesting if in fact, maybe there's some insiders on property there in Virginia that know whether or not Grant is actually competing in the duels. Or did Grant say, nah, I'm going to bow out and I'm going to go over to the PGA Tour? See, there seems to be a tug of war going on for Grant Horvat. And I get it. He's getting millions and millions of views per video. So both tours want those eyeballs. They want his audience. It's a young audience who will click and they'll watch Grant Horvat. So everybody seems to want to get their mitts on Mr. Grant Horvat, deservingly so. Phenomenal content. He checks all the boxes. He's got it. And that it is getting tons and tons of attention in the golf world. He is growing the game. Now, I'm for growing the game. I love that. And if you're truly for growing the game, then I think the PGA Tour and LIV should work together to ultimately rise the tide and grow the game of golf. But it doesn't really seem that that's happening. It seems there's more of a battle for certain people. And is Grant Horvat, you tell me, is Grant Horvat the one guy that can do anything? We know Wesley Bryan cannot, and he's suspended from the PGA Tour, yet he doesn't seem to mind. He sort of minds, but doesn't mind because he'll be in the duels, and the duels this time will air on his channel. His and George's channel, the Bryan brothers. So they get that compensation. Is it compensation for the, penalty, the suspension he got from the last time he was in the duels? But let's be honest, he had to know that was going to happen. And I think that they'll probably lean more towards LIV. So the question, though, is Grant going to be doing both in the same week? Because how is it going to work? You tell me. One, we want to know. We want some insiders over there on the property at that golf course in Virginia. I know people live on. You got to be able to see, is Grant out there shooting the duels? It would be shot today or tomorrow. It would have to be if Grant is in it. You can't shoot it Thursday because he's going to be over at the Corn Ferry event playing in the celebrity portion of that event. So it's not being filmed on Thursday. It could be filmed on Wednesday, and then he could bounce and go to the other one. It could be filmed today, or they could have done it Monday. I doubt it because players are typically getting on property Monday, Tuesday, and then Wednesday they're typically all there. So you can coordinate all that and make sure everybody's on property on Wednesday so that you can film it then and Grant could go. But here's the question. How do you deal with the fact that Grant is in the duels and then he bounces and he's in the Corn Ferry event? Essentially, how can the guy promote two opposing entities the same weekend? That's like I'm doing a Coca-Cola commercial today and tomorrow I'm doing a Pepsi commercial. And this weekend, both of those commercials are going to air on television. I don't know how that's going to work. Grant seems to be the only person on planet Earth that can actually pull that off. Congratulations. Nobody could do this. This is Teflon Don. You've heard all the sayings. Grant is that guy that everybody knows that they're going to get attention, good attention from a great audience, a loyal audience, an audience who watches, an engaged audience. So they don't seem to care if he even promotes the competition. I'm baffled, to be honest with you. This is like Callaway promoting Titleist and Titleist promoting Callaway. I mean, it's one of the mysteries of the world, and I think it's fantastic. So if that's the case, then it's just going to keep going on like that for as long as we know. Or are they actually fighting for Grant Horvat and trying to win him over to one side or the other? Did the PGA Tour offer Grant some large chunk of change to come promote their product? Or is LIV going to offer him some huge, godly amount of money to just promote LIV? Or will it be option 3? Grant just walks that line so perfectly, he just does everything. That's the mystery that we all want to know. But we do know it's going to be an exciting weekend, and all will be unraveled. LIV has been kind of slow on the information regarding the duels. It's already Tuesday. We don't know when it's going to air. We don't know really who's in it. They told us, but now there's some uncertainty. It would be nice to know when they're filming it. But more importantly, it would be fantastic to know when we're going to see it on the Bryan Brothers channel. Maybe they're a little hesitant to give us a release date because of what happened last time. It was supposed to be on Saturday, and then it didn't come out till Sunday. We should have all that worked out. Who knows? But we would like to know, and I'm sure a lot of the viewers would like to know when it's going to be released. So leave your thoughts below, and if you have insider information, DM me on Instagram, Mr. Short Game. You can find me there, and we'll validate everything before we go on air, obviously. But if you know anything about this whole scenario, please reach out. Good luck to you all. Thanks for listening. We'll see you soon. I'm sure of that.